Look over here.
Well, hello
Yo.
there. Oh my God, Lana's finally back. About damn
Ooh,
time. For the
it's been
second
a
time,
minute.
you're doing. This is the second time you're doing MorbiDrags, finally. Uh, but hello, and welcome to the Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real in the tea in reality. You can always come for us to quench your thirst. And welcome to
Look over here.
the companion series where we talk about all of the looks of MorbiDrags episode 7. I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I am here to talk shit and get hit. Uh, I'm still drinking water today, so yeah, we're doing good today.
And hi, everybody. Yes, I am back again doing MorbiDrags. What? Okay, I don't know. I'm here, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm talking looks. I am Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And I got some water here because hydration is important. And I also have my cup mug here. It's here. Yeah.
Woo!
And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Yes, I'm the Lana. I'm that. lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So there are no excuses. Mexico. I said Mexico, so I'm looking at you. Get your cup merch.
Yeah,
Period.
yes. But before we get started, I wanted to let y'all know that we did have a very special guest judge on our recap this episode. We had none other than Ambrose Lugosi. So if you want to hear us talk to them about this episode, make sure to check that out. The link will be either in the description down below or somewhere in the sidebar. So you should go
Bing,
check
bing,
that
bing, bing,
out.
bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Bing, 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 bing. Yes, wherever it is, you can go find it. All of our links will be down in the description as well. So let's get this started with, shall we? Uh, Episode 7 of.
We do that. There's a few things I would like to say. Like, subscribe
Okay.
to this channel. Subscribe to this channel.
Oh, did
We
I
are,
not say that?
no,
Hello?
you didn't. Hello. No.
Ah, I'm a mess today. I'm sorry.
It's okay because when you don't say it, I'll say it for you. That's where teamwork makes the dream work. Hello.
Absolutely.
But subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed to this channel already. I know y'all already watched Eduardo and David with their special guest, Ambrose. I know y'all did that. And I know y'all been watching MorbiDrags all this time. So you know they're amazing and they're great. And you want to follow them and you want to support them. So subscribe to this channel. That's how you support them. Subscribe to this channel. We are on a mission here at the Cup Network to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. And we can't do that without your help. So subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to all of our other channels as well, because we are doing that on all four of our channels. So if you are a fan of competitive television reality shows, go to at the Cup TV. That is where you need to be. If you are a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, and trust me, this is the weekend. This is the time to join that channel because Eurovision is next weekend. All the content is getting popping off tomorrow, this week, and next week, and all in between. So. Go join our channel at the Cup ESC. And if you're a fan of WWE wrestling, go to at the Cup ringside because Backlash is happening this weekend as well. So we got content coming your way as well. So join us on all of our channels, subscribe, help us out, give us 1,000 subscribers. That would be great. Also, if you want to give, if you can't have to listen to us on the go, woo, wow. If you have to listen to us on the go, our audio podcast link is where you got to go. See, that was, you see the dramatic effect.
Boom.
Boom. Audio podcast links. It's in the description below. Join us over there, and so you can check us out when you have to go everywhere. And that link is also in the description below. Join our Patreon. It's getting ready to be hopping and popping and cool and whatever. So go join our Patreon. That's in the link is in the description below as well. And all of those things are important. So help us support us, and we appreciate your support. So now we can get into episode 7 of Morbid Drags.
There you go. Okay, so we I was about to say the category, but we can't get to the category because we first have to talk about our judges. Uh,
Yeah,
First, we have all of the naked people because, of course, we need to have all of the naked people
of
first.
course.
I love my distilling Rico that he needs to be even more naked moving forward. I appreciate that. Uh, I will not complain when that happens. Other than that, they're naked. I appreciate that. Lovely, wonderful.
Ain't nothing wrong with naked. I'll do naked any day.
Well, yes, of course. Naked always looks good,
Naked always looks
especially
good.
some specific people.
Well,
But yes.
certain people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people don't need to be naked. Mm.
Okay,
But these looks
let's
are
move.
amazing, by the way. The one
Yeah,
in the middle always serves. I'm just gonna
Visur
say,
always looks good. Visur,
always serves. Every time I see it, serves. Every time
yes.
I see him, serves. Hmm.
The gold lip is always a serve. It's always good.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Shout out. Okay, let's move on to our judges, which are in the next slide. Hold on.
Oh,
This is a
well, yeah.
mess. Hold on.
Oh no, I got you. I got you.
Okay, there you go. We have our judges along with our guest judges. What do we think? Any standouts?
I mean, if y'all see me looking off to the side, that's because I'm looking at the full screen on my computer. So don't think I'm just not paying attention. This pink, purple, green combination sitting in the middle is eating. I'm here for it. That pink looking like cotton candy coming off her shoulder. Love. The spikes, here for it. I mean, the yellow and the black is cute, but and this other whatever that is on the side, okay, sure. But this pink and green and purple situation is eating up the girlies in this picture.
Well, yes.
Uh,
Astra always looks good. Astra always finds a girl to eat the girls up.
and then in the second picture, okay, the one with the green antennas with the face out,
Hmm.
getting ate up by the other two. I'm just saying, getting ate up by the other two. Sorry, they eating you up. That because this yellow black moment in the front. Serve. Eat. Fierce. And even in that corner over there with the pink, the purple, and the green, yeah,
Hmm.
that green on the other side just looked like a plant off to the side. Like, mm, getting ate up. And I guess that's
A
the
little
host
bit.
down there, right?
Uh, the
And that
host is actually someone that was on the
all the
other
pictures. Okay.
screen.
So what is this person doing down here? This look wearing nothing.
So the two people that we have on that second picture is our guest judges. It is Bracadabra and I forgot Valencia, who are the designers of these looks, actually, of these three looks that you see on the right.
Mhm,
So they're very well-known designers. If you want to hear about who they've worked with, because they've worked with some very high-profile drag
mhm.
queens, check out our podcast where we talk with Ambrose because we also mention it over there. But they are very well-known designers and they made all of these three looks.
Okay. But this person down there wearing nothing. It looks like first of all, I look like a child. Um, why are we not in costume? Why are we not
We,
dressed up? Why are we not dressed up?
you know, sometimes you flop and it's okay.
Why do you get in the picture and get ate up that way? Why would you get in the picture and get ate up that way? You see the people who you're posing with, and you like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stand right next to that. Oh, absolutely not. No, because you're getting ate up. You look like a child who does not like they placed you in that picture. It does not work. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. That's what I come here to do, and he getting ate up
Uh,
in the picture. Sorry,
you are
they are
not
getting ate
wrong.
up.
You are not wrong.
I'm
You're
sorry.
absolutely right. Well, that's that. Let's move on. Episode 7, 7. The category is exoesqueletos or exoskeletons. Everything bug.
Okay.
So up first, we have Ambrose Lugosi, who was inspired by Death's Head Hawk Moth, which is like a moth with like a skull on the back of like its body, and
Hmm.
it's supposed to represent like when it comes in, it's supposed to represent like death or that someone might die. It's
Okay.
like a harbinger of death. And I will say, knowing Ambrose and knowing what Ambrose has brought to this competition, I think Ambrose has really elevated everything that like they brought this episode. The performance was really good. As I said in the on the recap, when I saw the candle, I immediately wanted them to pour the wax on their head, and that's exactly what they did. The performance was good, the skull was good, the emotions were there, and so that really elevates what would be a little basic look. I do really appreciate this look, and the closer I get to it, the more details I find, and the more I appreciate it. And this is honestly the best that Ambrose has looked so far. So I have to give them huge props. This is a huge improvement from what we've seen so far. So very well done, Ambrose.
We'll say I agree with you. From what I saw the last time I was here and the last time I watched, the last time I saw something from Ambrose, I was not that impressed. Not that impressed. This is impressive, though. I do get what you're saying when you explain the bug that they were trying to portray. I can see a moth. I can see this, the skull acting as the skull for the moth or whatever. I like this. It seems very eerie, but in not like scary creepy, but just eerily like beautiful, pretty. And
Mhm.
I like the makeup on this. I like the butterfly from the head. I think it's like the moth is almost turning into the butterfly, but not fully there. So it's just one wing coming out. I kind of like that. It looks
Mhm.
it's eerily beautiful, but not in a typical beautiful way. And I kind of dig it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Scores.
I would give this a 81.
I will give this an 85.
Okay.
Okay.
Move
Moving
on.
moving on, we have Satan, who is doing a centipede. Um, I will say I like parts of this look, but there's some little details here that take me just a little bit out of the fantasy, like the trash bags on the side of the outfit are like they don't look good. Like they just feel like they were tacked on at the very end to add something to this look, and I don't think it was needed because this look in and of itself is already a successful look in my opinion. I think it does give the centipede. The spikes coming off the bodies are gross, and I really appreciate that. I also really appreciate the makeup. I'm not a huge like makeup person that really focuses on that, but this is some really big makeup, especially for Satan. And so I appreciate the structure of this. I appreciate the look that we're going for and the idea. I just some little details here and there aren't absolutely perfect, and so it takes me just a little bit out of the fantasy, unfortunately.
Now, if you wouldn't have told me it was a centipede, I wouldn't have thought it was a centipede. I would have thought this was more like maybe a scorpion or a cockroach or
Mhm,
something like that. I wouldn't have thought centipede, but and that is a problem for me. I'm like, if I would like to know to look at it and be able to tell what the insect that you are trying to portray is. Does it look cool? Absolutely. It looks very cool.
mhm,
I agree with you about the trash bags. Not a fan of the trash bags on the hip. That's what made me think of cockroach or something like that, because you always see like a cockroach or scorpion that has that shiny bottom, or that their
mhm.
bodice is very shiny. And so I thought that's what that was trying to be, but a centipede, that's not what it's giving. And this looks like a centipede that has been crushed, like somebody stepped on it. And so we're
Ooh.
seeing the blood and the ins and that, no, and that's not a shade. That's like, I think like that might be where they're trying to go. Like it's been crushed and you can see the insides and it's oozy and it's gooey and gory and gross. And I'm like, okay, if that was the case, I could deal with that. but it just, I don't know, it doesn't give me centipede. But I do like the visual of this. I like what the spikes coming out the middle, and that looks like a mouth. Well, that one
Hmm.
spike is coming out of, and that spike's coming out. And the makeup, yes, the makeup job, A1, eating. I just wish it actually gave centipede. It just doesn't give centipede to me, but I do like it. I think it's
Hmm.
cute. Or not cute, but I think it's giving its point of being gross and gory and but just not a centipede. But not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I will say I also really appreciate the cockroach necklace, but I
Mm,
that also gives
throws it
cockroaches
off.
that are, yeah, just a little bit, which is unfortunate. But I do like the idea of this necklace as well. I forgot to mention
Hmm.
it. But yeah,
Hmm.
scores.
I do like it. I do think it's a good look, so I will give it an 85.
Okay. I'll give it an 82.
Okay. I should be
Yeah.
writing this down, huh?
I'm putting it
Oh,
on the
you're doing it
spreadsheet,
on
so
the
don't
spreadsheet.
you worry about it. I got us
Period.
covered.
Good, because I'm about to say, because I did not do that. Let's move on then.
Yeah. Up next we have C-Facto, who is
Ooh.
doing the Picasso bug. So I really, really like this look. However, C-Facto has been bringing some top-notch looks, and I do think that this is unfortunately C-Facto's least successful look that we've seen so far. But it is still a really, really good look. It's just the fact that I am grading on such a high caliber that like the fact that I'm not immediately like in love with this does make it stand out a little bit for me, unfortunately. Like I'm not sure if I like this hair. I get what we're going for because Picasso bugs have something to do with like wool or like cotton because she was spitting cotton out of her mouth, and I appreciated that from her performance. But like I just am having just a little bit of trouble with the hair. But the actual like outfit is really successful. I really like that she actually has the earrings of the Picasso bug and that she has the pattern of the bug all over the jacket. I think it looks really cool, and I think the makeup is always something that Sefacto is always super successful with. She always brings us really interesting makeup, and so I really appreciate this. It's just the fact that I've seen better looks from Sefacto, and so I always want to see that caliber and that like insane amount of like polish that she always brings. And so this one let me down a little bit, but it still has a really, really high score, and it's still my favorite so far that we've talked about.
If this is her at her least successful,
Hmm.
she won. Because this is amazing to me. Like,
Yeah.
I love this. I think this is so good. When it came up, y'all heard me go, ooh, I think this is beautiful. Like, and I just went and looked up the Picasso book to see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, the colors is
Hmm.
spot on. I love this. It's giving me a very like urban interpretation of a Picasso bug. And it's
Hmm.
like it's giving me like modern street version of a Picasso bug. Like if I was walking down the street and saw somebody like this walking, and I'd be like, oh, this person is an artist. This person is somebody who enjoys art and they funky, they stylish, and they own what I like this from head
Hmm.
to toe. I am absolutely in love with this. And this is just me not knowing any of her other work or just the one thing that I did see. I kind of like this. I think it's funky. I think it's fresh. I think it's a great input on it. The makeup is giving. This makeup is
Hmm.
everything. I love. I kind of like the cotton afro. I think I'm not opposed to it. I think it makes the style more funky. I think if she would have
That's
came out
fair.
with any type of hair, if it was a long wig or just straight, it would take away the funkiness of it. I think I like the funkiness of this look. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy
Yeah.
it a lot.
Well, let's see how much you like it. Scores.
I'm gonna give it a 97. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
It's
I I
funky.
still I still give it a 90. It's still really good.
Ooh, well,
Okay.
maybe I'm gonna have to go back and see her stuff then, because
I think you would appreciate her a lot. Uh, but yeah, let's move on from the icon that C-Facto is, and let's move on to Gouda, who is doing a
oh,
cockroach. Okay,
okay.
so I think that Gouda looks really pretty here. I think she looks really nice. However, out of everything that we saw in this episode, it kind of felt a little bit basic. Like it feels like it's not as grand as some of the other looks that we've seen so far. Especially Gouda has brought us some other really cool looking looks. So it's just missing some little things like that headpiece feels like just wire that she wrapped around her head, and you can see her undergarments beneath this, which takes me a little bit out of the fantasy. But the performance was good. I still think that she looks really beautiful, as I said. I like the hair. I like this bodice that she is wearing. I wish she had used the front part of her body as like a little bit of a crutch, because she
Mm,
chose to not do that. She chose to stand on her back legs, which I get, but I wish she used her front hands like a little bit like a crutch, like we've seen in other looks, so that the performance really elevated. But I still think that Gouda looks good. It's just that I think so far, the rest of the looks that we've seen so far, I have liked better. So unfortunately, this one just falls a little bit lower on my rankings.
I get it. I agree. I think that it's pretty, but I don't want pretty on MorbiDrags. I don't want
Mhm,
pretty. I want gory. I want gross. I want creepy. I want things that make me go, oh, make me feel uncomfortable about watching it. And I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel like this could be any Halloween costume. Oh, I want to be a pretty roach. There we go.
mhm,
And the bodysuit and all of it, everything about all the elements are pretty, and it's really pretty. I love the shoes. I like the shoes. I do think the shoes with the
mhm.
big chunky thing. I think that's so cute, and that's like, if I was going to do a sexy cockroach, I will put those shoes on, and I would do that. I just feel like it's just not enough, and compared to what I've already seen and anticipating on what I'm going to see, I think it just seems like you said little basic. It doesn't stand out in any particular way. It's not horrible, and yes, I don't like seeing an undergarment underneath it, but it's just it takes me out of the fantasy a little bit. But it's just pretty, and that's the problem for me because I
Yeah,
don't think cockroaches are pretty.
yeah, they're not.
They're
They're
not.
good.
They're very gross. So
Yeah. So scores.
I will have to give this a 75.
I also gave this a 75.
Oh, look at us. Look at us.
Look at us, our brains.
Our brains.
Okay, it's time to move on to our next queen. Hold on, we have Sandovalisima, who
Ooh.
is our grasshopper queen. I really like the structure of this look. I think the way that it's built is really, really cool. I will say I wish it didn't move around when she herself was walking,
Mm,
because if it didn't move, it would have looked a lot better. But since it did move, it took me just a little bit out of the fantasy. But it's still a really cool structured look. I think the makeup is also really interesting. I really like this headpiece. It's giving me like the head of the grasshopper, and I appreciate how this was made and how this was structured. I just wish it didn't move. And uh, the shoes are good. I don't know. I don't know if I would have done this specific shoe for this look. But you know what? I don't know what other shoe I would have done. So you know what? It's fine. It's still good.
okay. Yeah, I can see the moving around of the structure would probably be distracting and take away from something. I wish she would have had. I mean, I understand why she got the shoe and it's just basic black because she has the black whatever that is on the back. But I wish it was a little bit of green in there to tie in the shoe with the outfit and like it is in the sleeve, the glove. She
Mhm.
has a little green in there. I wish the shoe had some green in it too to match. But I think this is a good how it look. It gives me grasshopper. So if you would tell me, it gives me that. I kind of really like it. I like how it looks in these pictures. I like how it photographs.
Yeah,
Not walking in it, totally different. But I like how it photographs.
yeah,
Um, it's a decent look. It's nothing too crazy, nothing that blows my mind, but I wouldn't like kick the person out of a competition over this look.
yeah, I agree. Scores.
I would give that the score a 78.
I'll give this an 80.
Mhm.
All right. Oh Lord, I know who's next. Up next we have Dystopia Monumental, who is doing the Jules Garrett. You know, she knew that she didn't do well even before the episode came out. She was posting on her Instagram stories like, I would like to apologize for the look that I'm about to give y'all in this episode. I flopped. I am so sorry. Just trigger warning, I look bad. So she knew that she didn't look great, and you know what, I have to agree with her. This
Mhm.
is my least favorite dystopia look that we've seen so far in this competition, which is really unfortunate because dystopia also brings us really high concept, really interesting drag, and does really like mutant-esque creatures. So I would have thought that this would be a really good episode for her, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work. It just looks like it doesn't fit. She looks uncomfortable. This hair, I'm not sure I like it. The the weapon that she has on looks good, but when she was stabbing the stickers on the performance, it kind of bent and broke, and so you could see it flopping around after the performance was over. And so that also took me out of the fantasy. It's just this is just not a successful look, unfortunately. And she knew it herself. Even in the episode, she said that she knew that this was not the best look by far. And so even when you know that you didn't do a good job, there's not much I can do to really help you out of that. So, yeah, unfortunately, this is the worst Dystopia has done so far in the competition, which is really unfortunate because I really like her.
I love a self-aware queen. I love a queen who is very self-aware because if you say it, then there's no need for me to say it
Mhm,
because we already know. You know it. I know it. I'm not gonna poke the dead horse. It's not good.
mhm.
It's not
It-
good.
yeah, you know,
I'm
sometimes you
sorry.
flop, and that's okay.
It's okay. It's you just got to get back up again.
Yeah,
You fall down, you get back up and come better and come harder. But this just wasn't it. This just not it.
scores.
Um, uh, I'm gonna be nice because she knows and she's aware. So I'm gonna give her a 50.
Okay, I gave this a 43. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Dystopia. If you're
Sorry.
watching this, I am so
I'm
sorry, but
sorry.
but
You
you
know,
knew,
you knew. You what
you knew.
you can't expect nobody else to say something else when you knew.
Yeah, we're sorry. Anyways, let's move on to a better look. We have Aradia Von Rotten doing a water tick. So, what I always appreciate about Aradia is that she makes everything she does herself, and there is some craftiness to all of the looks that she presents on the runway. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it takes away from the fantasy. But I think this time it worked. Do I think this is the best look? No. Do I think this is the best constructed look? No. But I will always appreciate a queen that does everything herself, and that I appreciate some of the craftiness that is shown here. This is gross. This look is gross, and I think that's exactly what we were going for. The eyes are creepy, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the wings that she has on. I don't know how she made those wings, but they are really successful. And although you could see that, of course, they were handmade, they still looked good, and they still looked clean enough for me to really appreciate them. As I said, it's not the cleanest look and it's not the best look, but I appreciate a lot that went into this look. So I think Aradia deserves props for just making the look.
I agree. I think that what you said told me that it's handcrafted and she does everything herself. I'm like, okay, I get it. It looks, because I was going to say it's certain elements about this look that looks very crafty, but
Mhm,
if that's the goal, then you reach the goal of success. Done. What I like about it is that it does give me that creep factor. The eyes looks creepy, the mouth looks creepy. Um, it does make me go, oh, okay, this is not something you normally see. This is different. Even like the way the boobs point out, it's just little details like that. I'm like, okay, it gives me what it is. What I don't like, I wish the wings. I like the wings. I wish they were bigger, so it would
mhm,
just give a whole nother like drag portion of it, like drag out this whole thing and make it a little bit more proportionate. um, but I agree with you. I don't think this is the worst look I've seen, but is it the best look I've seen? No, but it's something that I wouldn't like be upset about this walking a runway about insects. And
mhm.
so I'm not mad at this. I think what she does right. And what needs to have a little bit of tweaking is just a little bit of tweaking. It's nothing that's so like just obviously wrong with this. It's just a
Mhm.
little bit more tweaking for me. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Well, scores.
78.
I gave this a 76.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're on the same page.
yeah. Let's move on to Luxie Luú, who is doing the Rosy Maple Moth. So, the judges really gave her a really hard time for this look. And I understand why, but at the same time, I don't think it's as bad as the judges were making it out to be. Is this a concept that we've seen before? Yes. Is this a concept that we've seen done better? Yes. But is this a horrible look? I don't think so. I think it does give me the moth, the pink and the yellow is it's a very iconic moth. It's very hard to do wrong. And so it is successful there. And you can see some like reference to Hoso Teratoma, who did a look similar to this. So I'm guessing that this was inspired by that. The performance was fine. Everything about this is fine. It's just that Luxie has brought us some really cool looks, and so she tends to be some hit or miss kind of queen. And unfortunately, I think this is closer to a miss than a hit for me. But I still think it looks better than what the judges were giving her credit for.
Okay. Let me say what I like about this. I like the colors. I like because they're vibrant, they pop. Um, I like the hair on this. I like that it's very fluffy and fringy, so it looks like, you know, I don't know. But that's probably about it. I think I don't I like the whimsy of this, but I don't like it for this category. I think it's
Mhm,
too whimsical for a insect category. I don't know what that is sticking out the hip. Maybe it's a sting. I don't know what that's supposed to be because I've never seen a moth with a stinger. So that just kind of, it's I can't process it.
mhm.
Um, I don't know. I like the pants, but I don't know what that has to do with the moth. I don't know. I'm very in the middle with this look.
Yeah. Uh, Scores.
70.
Yeah, we're around the same. I gave her a 73.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very in the middle with this.
Okay. Let's move on to Maely Fish, who did a praying mantis. I really, really like this look. I think this might be my favorite look of the night. I when I heard of this category, my immediate thought was that I would have done a mantis, and after seeing this, I don't know how I could have done anything different. I think this is really well done. I really appreciate the Venus flytrap boobs. I think they're campy and silly, but it still gives me that little Morbi that we're asking for. I appreciate this headpiece a lot, even though it was moving a little bit. That it did detract like 1 point away from that, but it's still a really cool headpiece that looks really expensive and really well made. And I think the performance of it also really worked. Mantises are known for eating the males after procreating, so
Mm-hmm.
her killing one of the sickers made a lot of sense in my opinion. I thought it was a really successful performance, and the look of in and of itself is really chic, really cool. It is still giving me fashion while still giving me that little bit of horror and like morbid that we are looking for. So to me, this might be my favorite look of the night.
100% agree with you. I think this is so beautiful. I think this is one of the best looking costumes for me. The fact that I knew exactly what it was when it came up, it was like, oh, I don't have to guess. It's like, oh, praying mantis. That makes sense. Um, I love this. I like the color. I like the way it's made. I like the way it fits. I like the headpiece. I like her makeup. I love the Venus flytrap boobs. I like the boots. I like all of this. I have no notes. This is really good. This is
Mhm.
really, really good.
Scores.
98.
I give this a 92.
Man,
Yeah.
love.
Moving on. Oh Lord. In honor of Logan, because Logan isn't here. Mama, there's a trash bag behind you. Anyways, this is Androgina, and she's doing a dung beetle, which it it works because the performance was really gross. It was really gross. Like it's the grossest performance that I've seen so far. But I'm like very icked out by poop. So
Hmm.
when the sticker sat on her face and pooped on her face,
Huh?
it I uh, I was
Huh?
not I was not living for it. But it did successfully get me to be grossed out, so that does give it some points. But this look is just not it's not giving. It's not giving. It's not giving me bug. It's just giving me like a man that likes poop, which is not what we're going for. And then when she takes off like this brown part and she just is shirtless and has basically no look underneath it, there's just a lot missing from this for it to
Hmm.
be a really successful look. The performance was gross, and that does give it like a couple points extra, but this look was just not what I wanted to see. It did not give me bug. Like I don't see any bug anywhere. It just it this is my least favorite of the night, unfortunately. It just doesn't work for me.
It does not give me bug. It doesn't give me bug. It gives me homeless person.
Hmm.
A homeless gross person who is mentally unstable, who likes poop on their face. It
Hmm.
just doesn't give me bug. And uh, and to take it off, and then you got to take it off and have nothing underneath it to show for it, or to, yeah, no, this doesn't do it for me. It, not in the picture, not in the performance, not anywhere. It's literally like the homeless, somebody grabbed some rug or curtain or some big oversized robe and just threw it on and said, okay, I'm gonna be gross today. I feel like being gross today. And I think she based it so solely on the performance and the grossness of the performance that you didn't put any consideration into the look. The look itself says nothing, and then you take it off and give us nothing. and then you just want to be gross and just have people pooping on your face. Nobody, no, thank you.
Mhm.
Not a fan of this. I'm sorry, not a
Yeah.
fan.
Scores.
I don't want to score this. I don't even like it. But uh, okay. I don't even want to be nice about this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Don't
don't be
like
nice
it.
because my score is very low.
I I'm gonna give it a 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it a 13.
Oh yeah, I don't like it. I don't like
Yeah.
this at all.
It's
Moving
not good.
on.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, up next we have Sattiva Lean, who is doing a Death Weaver spider. So I actually really like this look. And I know that one of the judges called her out because technically spiders are not bugs, they're arachnids. But like,
Hmm.
girl,
A bug is
does
a
it
bug.
matter? Does it matter? I still think this is a really successful look. I think the look is really interesting and really fun. The performance of it was really interesting when she was literally weaving her net. It really gave me that vibe and that I wanted. And all of the bugs that are stuck on her dress, I think, really give her that vibe of like, oh, I'm a spider that's like eating all of these little bugs. And I think the makeup is really successful. It does look like she has several eyes, even though she doesn't. Like the
Hmm.
eyebrow looks like a closed eye. That I really appreciate
Hmm.
that. I also really appreciate the prosthetics of the mouth that she has on. Normally, I'm not a huge fan when queens go bald, but I think
Hmm.
Sativa looks really good here without any hair. I think that was the way to go. I just think the creation of this look, the little details of it, and like everything up the little details that are here are really successful. Now, is this my favorite look? No, but it's still a really successful look, and I really appreciate it for what we're going for. And it was giving me spider, so it is successful at that as well.
Yeah, I like this. I think it's giving me spider, but making it fashion. And I love the whole crochet element of it all, and it's saying I'm a spider when the spiders making their webs. This dress looks like it's just made with a crochet, with the yarn, so it kind of fits into each other. I like that. I love the what she decided to do with the hair instead of going, she made the hair into the spider legs, and I love that. I enjoy this look. I think it's very it's supposed to be, a spider, but it's fashion spider. And I think the bugs to me was like that's the mother spider, and they're all just clamoring to be a part of her world, and so they're stuck to, or what you said, like she's gonna eat all these spiders, and they just are stuck to her. All it looks like they're all coming to just be in her aura and in her presence, and so I'm feeling it. I do feel it. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely not the least favorite. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Scores.
88.
I gave this an 84.
Okay.
There you go. Well, that's
Well,
that.
that is that on that.
Yeah. We have talked about all of the looks of episode 7 of MorbiDrags. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us all of your thoughts down in the comments down below. Do you agree with our thoughts? Do you disagree? Who was your favorite? Let us know down in the comments. All of our links will be down in the description below, along with the episode recap where we talked to Ambrose about this episode. So make sure to check that out as well. And also make sure to get your merch at launchcreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the description down the description below. And with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and cheers.
Cheers, y'all.